Good morning, students. Welcome back. In previous lecture, we have studied about cells and combination of cells. Today in this class, we shall discuss about new topic, power and energy of cell. So our first topic is heating effect of electric current. We all know about heating effect of electric current. It is the phenomena of production of heat in a resistor due to the flow of current through it. And this effect is called heating effect of electric current. Joule is a scientist who gave the expression for the production of heat in the resistor. So let us discuss Joule's law of heating effect. Joule's law of heating effect. What he says? There is a resistor, a cell is connected. Let R be the resistance of this resistor. Let I current flows through the circuit for time t. For time t. So according to Joule's law of heating effect, the heat produced in the resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. The heat produced in the resistor is directly proportional to the resistance, and heat is directly proportional to the time of flowing of current. Greater the time, greater will be heat produced in the circuit or in the resistor. On combining, we get H equals as directly proportional to I square RT. H equals K I square RT. We all know about the value of K, which is equals 1. H equals I square RT. So this gives the expression for the heat produced in the resistor. How this heat came? Actually, if we look into the example, suppose a cell of potential V. Let this side be at 0 potential, then this point be at V potential, point A and point B, and the potential difference between A and B is V. Let Q charge flows through this cell, discharging, obviously discharging process. In discharging process, current will move. Let this positive charge, we can consider it as positive charge is moving from positive terminal to negative terminal in the circuit, or we can consider the negative charge is moving from negative terminal to positive terminal. For convenience, we are considering here that positive charge is moving in the circuit. So at this point B, the energy U equals to, formula of energy U equals to QV. So at this point energy will be 0, but at point A U equals to QV. That is, the charge Q gains the energy QV at point A. But who gave the energy to Q charge? It is the battery which gives energy to the charge. We have already discussed about this point. Battery is the source of energy and it gives energy to the charge. And that energy, suppose here a resistor is connected, R resistor is connected. Again, here potential V and here potential 0. That energy is used by this resistor R. In simple terms, we can assume that the cell is giving the energy to the charge and the external resistance is taking the energy from it, and that energy is converted into different types of work. We will look into that point later. Next topic is electric power. The rate at which work is done is called power. But in this case, the rate at which an appliance converts energy into other forms of energy is called its electric power. We can define electric power as P equals W by T. W is the work done. The work done will be same as the heat produced, that is I square RT. I square RT by T. So we can write P equals I square R, very important formula, or we can write P equals I into IR. In place of IR we can write V, so P equals VI. Here you can use capital I also, doesn't matter. Here I am using a small I which represents the current here. You can also use capital I. There is no difference between a small I and capital I here. So P equals to VI. Again we can write V, in place of I we can write V by R. So P equals to V square by R. So there are three formulae: P equals V square by R, P equals to VI, and P equals I square R, which we can use in solving numericals. Here these formulae you can use when obviously I is constant. What if when I is the function of time? Suppose P equals I square R. We can write P equals dW by dt equals I square R, or dW equals dW, or you can say energy equals I square R dt. By integrating we have total work equals integration I square R dt, integrating 0 to t, or whatever time is given. Suppose a resistor of 5 ohm, current is flowing, 2 ampere current is flowing for t equals 2 seconds. Find energy. Pause your video and find the energy. Okay, let us start. E equals I square RT is the formula of energy, equals I square means 4 into 5 into 2, 40 joule of energy is consumed by the resistor. Obviously heat will produce all different types of work. Let us see another example. Again, let I current is flowing. Let I is the function of time. I equals 2t. Resistance 2 ohm. Find energy in 2 seconds. Now in this case the current is variable, so we can use another formula to find the work done or energy. E equals integration I square R dt in 2 seconds, that is 0 to 2. E equals I square, that is 4 t to the power 2 R dt 0 to 2. Now we can solve this. E equals, as 4R is constant, integration of t square dt is t to the power 3 by 3, lower limit 0, upper limit 2, or E equals 4R by 3, upper limit 2 to the power 3 minus 0. So 2 to the 4 to the 8, 8 4 are 32. So E equals 32 R by 3. Let us see once more. If we put the value of R, which is 2 ohm, so E equals 2 to the 4, 2 to the 6, 64 by 3 joule. So this gives the energy. So now we knew about energy, power. If we discuss about the unit of power, so SI unit of power is watt, or we can use joule per second, whatever. Now there is another type of unit which we use in paying our bills. That unit is called commercial unit of energy. Commercial unit. Commercial unit. Commercial unit of electrical energy. Electrical energy. What it is? Commercial unit of electrical energy is unit, and 1 unit equals 1 kilowatt hour. That is, when we use 1 kilowatt, that is 1000 watt for 1 hour, then it is 1 unit, and we are paying our bills in terms of this 1 unit. So how much energy will be 1 unit? 1 kilowatt, that is 1000 watt, and 1 hour equals 3600 second. It means 36 into 10 to the power 5 joule. Watt second means joule. So this is the energy consumed when we use 1 unit. Our next topic is power rating. Power rating. What it is, power rating? Power rating means it is the electrical energy consumed per second when connected across the voltage given. Sorry. Whenever you will see, suppose बल्ब, जब आप लोग अपने घर में बल्ब को देखिएगा तो उस पर पावर रेटिंग लिखा हुआ रहेगा. क्या है पावर रेटिंग? एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड पर सेकंड. दैट इज, सपोज अगर आप एलईडी बल्ब यूज़ करते हैं या टंगस्टन बल्ब यूज़ करते हैं, अगर टंगस्टन बल्ब हम लोग यूज़ कर रहे हैं, विच इज़ ऑब्वियसली रॉन्ग, वी शुड यूज़ एलईडी बल्ब. तो टंगस्टन बल्ब जैसे यूज़ करते तो हम लोग पावर लिखा हुआ रहेगा, पावर रेटिंग्स 100 वाट एंड 220 वोल्ट. ये रेंज में भी दिया हुआ रहेगा 200 to 220 वोल्ट और 220 वोल्ट to 230 वोल्ट. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड पावर रेटिंग. द एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड पर सेकंड, दैट इज पावर across the marked voltage or given voltage, which is 220 volt. Likewise, in LED bulb, it is suppose 25 watt or 3 watt or 11 watt, and voltage is 220 volt. So this is the power rating. Energy consumed per second across the marked voltage. Suppose, let us take an example. Suppose a bulb, electrical bulb, power rating given 100 watt, 220 volt across, connected across 220 volt. So what will be the resistance of this bulb? How we can find the resistance? Since power is given, so P equals V square by R. We know the formula. or R equals V square by P. So, by this formula we can easily find the resistance of this bulb. Okay, what will happen if we connect this bulb, suppose in US, if we connect this bulb in US, which is use 110 volt power, 110 volt power voltage. Now in this case, power, how much power will this bulb consume? So P equals again V square by R. If we change the settings, that is if we use this bulb in 220 volt or 100 watt, if we use this bulb to 110 volt, it will not affect the resistance of the bulb, that is resistance will remain same. So in this case P equals V square. So V square will be 110 into 110, and R, value of R is V square by P, V square, that is 220 into 220 by P. So here by R means 100 by 220 into 220. So power equals 25 watt. See the difference. If we connect this bulb in India, it consumes 100 watt power, and if we connect this bulb in US, it consumes only 25 watt power. What if we use power rating of 25 watt and 110 volt in India? When this bulb will connected across 220 volt, obviously it will fuse. If this bulb is connected across 220 volt, it will fuse. This is an important point you should remain in your mind. Okay, now let us find the maximum power. Maximum power. Let a cell is connected across a resistance capital R. Let this cell has EMF E and internal resistance small r. Let I be the current flowing through resistance. So I equals, we can write I equals E whole divided by R plus R from circuit equation. We are going to find the maximum power theorem or maximum power transfer theorem. When we will get maximum power, we have to find the condition at which we will get maximum power. How we can find it? So power equals, we know power equals I square R, or power equals I square, that is E square by R plus R whole square into R. Here, when we connect a cell across a resistance, the EMF E and small r internal resistance will not change. It cannot be changed, as cell is fixed. Cell is fixed. If we have to increase or decrease the power, we can only change the value of this resistance. So here in the expression of this power, only one term is variable, R is variable. Now to get the maximum power, we will differentiate P with respect to R and equate it with 0. ये एक कंसेप्ट है जो आपको अपने दिमाग में रखना है। जो वेरिएबल है उसके रिस्पेक्ट में हम लोग डिफ्रेंशिएट कर देंगे और वैल्यू को 0 के साथ इक्वेट कर देंगे, तो हमारा वो कंडीशन मिल जाएगा कि उस कंडीशन पर हमारा पावर मैक्सिमम होता है। तो अगर डिफ्रेंशिएट करेंगे तो आप u बाई वी के टर्म में डिफ्रेंशिएट कर सकते हैं, या इसको u इंटू वी के टर्म में डिफ्रेंशिएट कर सकते हैं। डिफ्रेंशिएशन आपको आनी चाहिए, उसको अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा। सो ऑन डिफ्रेंशिएटिंग, सपोज ई स्क्वायर बाय आर प्लस आर होल स्क्वायर माइनस, अब इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करते हैं एन एक्स रेज टू एन माइनस वन के फॉर्म में, टू ई स्क्वायर आर बाय आर प्लस आर होल टू द पावर 3 equals 0. Taking common, we will get 1 minus 2 r by r plus r equals 0, or r plus r minus 2r equals 0, or r equals r. So when external resistance becomes equal to internal resistance of the cell, we will get the maximum power, and this is the condition for maximum power. When external resistance R is equal to internal resistance R, we will get the maximum power. So now when we put this condition, we will get the expression for power, that is maximum power, P equals I square R, or in place of I we can write E by R plus R whole square. If we put capital R equals small r, E square into small r by small r plus small r, 2r, 2r whole square, that is 4r square. So P max equals E square by 4r, or we can use P equals E square. In place of small r we can put capital R, so we get 4r square into r, or P max equals E square by 4r. So this gives the maximum power, expression for maximum power. How we can apply this theorem? Suppose a question is given, a cell of suppose 10 volt or 20 volt, internal resistance is suppose 4 ohm. A 20 volt cell of internal resistance 4 ohm is connected in this circuit, 2 ohm x 6 ohm. Now we have to find the value of x to get the maximum power from the battery, maximum power. pause your video and find the value of X to get, so that we can get maximum power from the cell. Okay, let us see. For maximum power, the condition is the external resistance must be equal to internal resistance. Here, internal resistance is 4 ohm and external resistance is this one. So, the value of external resistance must be equal to 4 ohm. Now, as there is 2 ohm connected in series with this combination, the resistance of this combination must be 2 ohm. And now for 2 ohm, the value of X must be 3. Let us see. The value of X must be 3 ohm. If we put X equals 3 ohm, we can easily find by formula 1 by R equivalent equals 1 by R. R means 1 by 6 plus 1 by X. R equivalent value is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6 equals 1 by X. 6, 3 minus 1 equals 1 by X, or X equals 3 ohm. So when X equals 3 ohm, we get the maximum power. So by this concept, we can find the value of X. Now, is it necessary that if we get the maximum power, the efficiency should also be maximum? Efficiency. What it means? Efficiency, it is represented by eta. Efficiency equals input by output into 100. Input by output into 100. Let us see. Let us see an example in which we have to find power and efficiency. So this is our circuit. Let us find the power first. So in this case, for power we have to find current, and I equals E by R plus R. E equals 10 by R plus R, 2.5, 4 ampere. So current equals 4 ampere. Now power by battery. Battery. How much power battery gave? So P equals VI. V equals 10 and I equals 4. That is 40 watt. So this is our output. Now input. Input is P equals I square R. So I equals 4 square. 4 square into R, 0.5. 16, 16 5 80, that is 8 watt. So this is the input. So we get the power and we get, now we will find input. So input power by output power into 100. Input power 8, output power 40. 20%. So efficiency of this circuit is 20%. Obviously this is not good. So we can consider it as bad circuit where efficiency should be higher. Now let us take another example. If we use the same cell of 10 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm is connected to a resistance of 2 ohm, we will get the maximum power as external resistance is equal to internal resistance. Let us find first current. Again, I equals E by R plus R. So 10 by 2 plus 2, 4. 2.5 ampere. So here output power is VI. So V equals 10 and I equals 2.5, that is 25 watt. And input power I square R, 2.5 into 2.5 into 2. 25 to the 50, 12.5 watt. 12.5 watt. So efficiency is input power 12.5, output power 25 into 100. 50%. So here by this cell we only use 8 watt energy per second and efficiency is 20%, and by this cell in this circuit we use 12.5 energy per second to 12.5 joule per second of energy by this cell, just half of this energy per second. So here efficiency we get 50%. Now third circuit. In this case again we are using the same cell, 10 volt, internal resistance is 2 ohm. This time we connected across 8 ohm resistance. Okay, let us find current first. So I equals E by R plus R. So 10 by 10, that is 1 ampere. So input power, output power first. Output power is 10 into 1, 10 watt. Input power I square R. I square, that is 1 square, 8 watt. So efficiency is input power by output power into 100. Efficiency equals 80%. So in this circuit we are not getting the maximum power, we are getting only 8 watt. In the previous circuit we are getting the maximum power 12.5 watt. We cannot take the power from the battery more than this. This is the maximum power, but the efficiency of this circuit is only 50%. And in this case we are getting not the maximum power, but efficiency of this circuit is 80%. What it means? Maximum power does not mean maximum efficiency. If we want maximum efficiency, we have to adjust the circuit in the way to get the maximum efficiency. But if we want maximum power from the circuit or maximum power from the battery, we have to adjust in the way given in second case. So if we draw graph between power and resistance, graph of P eta versus R. Suppose this is y-axis represents power and x-axis represents R. The graph is somewhat like this. At small r equals capital R, we get maximum power P max. but in case of efficiency, eta and r, it's somewhat like this. At small r equals capital R, the efficiency we get is 50%. Eta equals 50%. तो मैक्सिमम पावर का मतलब मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी नहीं होता, इसको ध्यान में रखेंगे. सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे. स्टे सेफ, स्टे एट होम.